Time now for Sid 6-0. This is where I get 60 seconds to talk. Start the clock, please. Here's what's on my mind this morning. Quite the offseason in the NBA. Kevin Durant, one of the greatest players ever, wanted out of Brooklyn. He didn't get his wish, at least for now, but that didn't mean the speculation wasn't intense. Plenty of teams were rumored to be interested, including the Raptors. Now, last week at Raptors Media Day, this was as close as team president Masai Ujiri came to answering the question, how interested were you in Durant?
Yeah, we always look at things, the phone rings, and we try to be as active as we can, but we're also focused on who we are as a team and where we want to go with our basketball team. Yeah, sports is about winning, and we want to win here. Sometimes it's good to be patient too and wait for the right one.
All right, that's code for we made a call. They wanted Scottie Barnes. We didn't want to trade him. This was not our Kawhi moment. That's basically what he said. Joseph Casciaro of The Score, senior writer, a good dude, joining us here. He's forgotten more about the NBA than I'll ever know. Joseph, good morning. Did you read that Masai quote the same way?
Yeah, I absolutely did, and it's exactly what I thought was happening during this summer too. Like, I would imagine the Raptors got as close as any team, probably closer than most, in the Kevin Durant sweepstakes. But that's also to say they probably didn't get very close because the Nets' asking price was astronomical, which I understand. Kevin Durant had 4 years left on his contract, had little leverage compared to most disgruntled superstars. But the Raptors were not putting Scottie Barnes on the table, and the Nets probably weren't listening to any non-Scottie Barnes offers. And from the Raptors' perspective, I completely get it. Look, Kevin Durant is still an incredible basketball player, even at his age. But he's 34 years old, 3 years removed from a devastating Achilles injury. He's missed more than 40% of his team's games in the 2 seasons since he came back from that injury. And then if you're looking at it from the Raptors' perspective with Scottie, between his rookie contract, which he's still on, and the second contract he'll sign after that, which your incumbent team has a lot of control over that, the Raptors are looking at having Scottie Barnes another 7 or 8 years possibly before he even reaches free agency. So the way the Raptors are looking at it, and the way I kept, encouraging fans to look at it then, when they were even contemplating the idea of putting Scottie Barnes on the table, was, would you really be willing to give up Scottie Barnes, age 21 to 28 seasons, essentially, his entire 20s, his entire peak, for a potential future superstar? Would you be willing to give that up to pay Kevin Durant about $198 million over his age 34 to age 37 seasons? I know what my answer would be, and it seems like Masai had the same answer.
Yeah, I'm glad he had that answer. I think a lot of Raptor fans, the ones who wanted Barnes gone, I really questioned their intelligence. I'm sorry. I thought it was a weird take. Now, just for people at home, the Raptors are in Boston tonight. The preseason continues. We're exactly 2 weeks away from the start of the Raptors' regular season, believe it or not. And Joseph, we heard Scottie Barnes' name in those trade discussions, but we heard some other names too. And I was concerned the entire time about what effect that would have on the roster. Am I overthinking that, or do you think the guys who've heard their names have moved past it?
I would imagine they've moved past it for the most part. I think, one, it probably helps when the guy your name is being bandied about in a trade for is Kevin Durant.
Valid.
It's probably, you're probably not as hurt or whatever, disgruntled, whatever the word you're looking for might be. And it's not like any of the guys in those rumors. I don't think it came across like, oh, the Raptors are just desperate to get rid of a certain guy or they're looking to move a guy. I think it was more so, look, Kevin Durant was on the table and you had to do your due diligence. And there were a lot of players the Raptors probably would have traded for him. Scottie Barnes and a couple others just weren't them. And I think for the most part, no matter who is on the roster, I think they'd understand if their names came up in that, because it's Kevin Durant at the end of the day. Everything I said about why I wouldn't trade Scottie Barnes for him and wouldn't completely gut this team, I stand by. But you also can't be hurt if you're a player in the NBA whose name came up in a Kevin Durant trade discussion.
Joseph Casciaro, senior writer at The Score. Appreciate you, man. Great stuff. We'll bug you again. Enjoy the day. Thank you.
Please do. Yeah, thanks for having me, Sid.
Take care, man. Again, the Raptors, 2 weeks from today, they begin the regular season.